Okay, welcome back everyone to episode number 10 of the Hero's Journey project. As mentioned last episode, the page reduction milestone has been reached. So most of the issues I'll be reading are about 60 pages long now as opposed to 68. And a lot of the issues that I've read for this episode are cleaning up some of the older issues that needed to be read. And so you're going to see a lot of duplication and not really a lot of alphabetical type of reading, which I normally do. Let me get to share screen. You can see exactly what I mean. Okay, first up, we have Blue Beetle number 17, which is a Hollyoak issue from December 1942. There are 3 Blue Beetle stories. I swear Blue Beetle gets knocked out pretty much once per story. It's like his thing. Um, this one's still 68 pages, and that doesn't change until at least 1944. So I left it out of the project, so I'll be reading a bunch of Blue Beetle issues that are still 68 pages. It seems to be the exception. It's the only one that didn't get reduced that I'm reading. Now, the last recorded CGC sale for this one was from April 2020. So a 6.5 sold for $2,500, which actually seems to be on the high side for a lot of the issues, Blue Beetle issues that I've been reading. The other ones don't seem to command as high dollar value. All right, now we move on to January of 1943. This brings the project up to January of 1943 after having read that issue. We have Blue Beetle number 18, Hollyoak, January 1943. 3 Blue Beetle stories. I wrote that there's only 2 per issue now, but that's actually not true. It's still 3. Blue Beetle sidekick changes names in this issue. He used to be named Sparky. Now they want to call him Spunky, so he'll be known as Spunky from here on out. Why not? Last recorded CGC sales from May of 2018, when an 8.0 sold for $573.60. What's interesting in this issue is that if you look at one of the pages, few panels from one of the pages of Blue Beetle number 18, top right there, I highlighted, it says, once more, Wes and Sandy return to the sightseeing bus. During that age, the only Wes and Sandy that I knew of were Wesley Dodds and Sandy Hawkins. They were better known as Sandman and Sandy the Golden Boy. Not sure why they would refer to Wes and Sandy, because this was Dan and Spunky. Dan Garrett was the Blue Beetle. Those guys might have returned to the tour bus. Anyway, so the newly named Spunky is they mistook him for Skunky in the bottom panel. It didn't take long to screw that one up, I guess. Fun little tidbit. All right, so now we're at Plastic Man, which is a quality comic from 1943. It says a Vital book, but everywhere else it says it's from Quality, so I put down as Quality. There are 4 Plastic Man stories in this issue, and issue number 2, interestingly enough, was only published about a year later. So I don't know why there was such a huge gap. This issue seems to command a fair premium. Our last recorded CGC sale is from July of 2020, on a 0.5 sold for just under $400. And November 2018, a 6.5 sold for $22.36. All right, now we move on to February 1943. So everything's moved up to February 1943. Boy Commandos number 2. It's a DC book from February 1943. I read the Liberty Bell strip in this one, and this actually happens to be the last appearance of Liberty Bell in Boy Commandos, so I'll stop reading that series. Last recorded CGC sales from August 2020, and 8.0 sold for $1,655. And that cleans that month up, and now we're on to March 1943 with a Hollyoak issue of Blue Beetle number 19. Now there's only 2 Blue Beetle stories per issue, and this is the first issue where that happens. And there's also some reprinted material from other books in this issue. The Blue Beetle stories are original, but there are some reprinted material in this book. Blue Beetle travels to 2142 in this issue. Last recorded CGC sales from November 2019 when a 9.0 sold for $900. Maybe the reprinted material makes this book less attractive. 9.0, you would think for a golden age book would sell a lot more, $900. Now we're on Green Lantern number 7, still DC 1943, March 1943. This is a full-length Green Lantern story split up into 4 chapters. In this issue, Alan Scott and Doiby Dickles are honorably discharged from the Army. They had joined the Armies a few issues earlier, and now they're out. This is Green Lantern's first time in space and the moon, and Green Lantern travels to 3042. Another time travel story in this one, same as the Blue Beetle issue from that I was talking about previously. Not sure if those items are of interest to collectors or speculators. I thought they were pretty interesting myself. Last recorded CGC sales from March 2020, went a 3.5, sold $420. Okay, now we're on to April of 1943, and this is where Blue Beetle number 20 starts off a new format, new look. There's some new features added. Blue Beetle's no longer on the cover of this issue. He's been on the cover of every issue till now. I mean, it's called Blue Beetle Comics still, so I'm not sure why he didn't make the cover, but yeah, they introduced some new features in this issue, and they took a different turn. So last recorded CGC sale is from October 2019, when a 6.0 sold for $384. Okay, now we're on to All Flash number 10. It's a DC book from May 1943. So now we've moved on to May 1943. The Flash is a full-length story in 4 chapters. Winky, Blinky, and Naughty make appearances. These guys are kind of the slapstick in the Flash comics. They make regular appearances. They don't mean to cause trouble, but somehow they always end up in some form of trouble. Last recorded CGC sales from May 2020, when a 2.5 sold for $212.50. Previously in September 19, an 8.5. In September 2019, an 8.5 sold for $14.61. Now we move on to Blue Beetle number 21. Again, we're on the new Blue Beetle format. It's a Hollyoak book from May 1943. This is Blue Beetle number 2. Is 2 Blue Beetle stories in this issue. Last recorded CGC sales from August 2020, when a 6.5 sold for $600. And again, Blue Beetle did not make the cover of his own titled. This is the last issue I have for this week. Now, with all that, I will move on to June of 1943, and we'll be back to more regular reading order now that the page reduction project's been done. I've done all the cleaning up of the older issues. You'll see that I'll be reading issues more consistently of June 1943, and then each month going forward, I'll have a lot more stories read in each month. And now, because of the page reduction project, as mentioned, you'll probably see things more in alphabetical order, and it'll make a lot more sense now that I've got it all sorted out. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time and appreciate your listening. And you guys take care. Thank you.